Hello everyone. Today we'll start a new chapter, that is the flower, chapter 4 of standard 9 biology book. Let us start with the introduction part. So, reproduction. What does reproduction mean? Reproduction means what is the most important function of any living organism. Reproduction is a process by which a living organism increases its number. The flower is the most beautiful and important part of the plant, and that is the only part that helps in reproduction of the plant, that results in the reproduction of the plant. Now we'll study about the structure of bisexual flower. First of all, what does this bisexual mean? Bisexual means what? The flower in which both male and female part are present. So that type of flower is known as bisexual flower. Then we'll study about some terms related to this bisexual flower. First is your pedicel. Pedicel is nothing but the stalk-like substance. Suppose this is a flower. So a flower is attached to the stem by the help of a stalk-like substance. So this is known as pedicel. Okay, that supports the flower in the stem. Sessile flower, when this pedicel is absent in a flower and the flowers are arranged in a particular stem, so that type of flower is known as sessile flower. And the last one is receptacle. Receptacle is nothing but the part which is present just below the flower, which holds all the parts of the flower. So that part is known as receptacle, that is the tip of the flower of stalk that protects the parts of the flower. Then coming to the 4 whorls of the flower. What are the 4 whorls of a flower? So coming to the first whorl, what does it mean? Whorl means what? Like suppose a stalk is present, if anything is arranged around this stalk, this is known as whorl. So coming to the first whorl of the flower, those are the green sepals. If you can see just below the petals, you can find a green leaf-like structure that protects the flower. So those are named as sepals, and collectively they are known as calyx. Coming to the second whorl of the flower, what does it mean? Second whorl is considered, these petals are considered to be second whorl of the flower, the colorful petals, and these petals collectively they are known as corolla. Remember, first whorl sepals, collectively sepals are known as calyx. Second whorl petals, collectively they are known as corolla. Third whorl of the flower is a male part of the flower, and this male part is known as stamen, and the stamen is collectively known as androecium. Now if you see the stalk-like substance coming out from the basal part of the ovary, and this stalk-like substance consists of a bulge part. So this part is the male part of the flower, that is named as stamen, or collectively they are named as androecium. Then coming to the 4th whorl of the flower. 4th whorl of the flower is the female part of the flower, and they are known as pistil. Pistil, and collectively they are known as androecium. Now if you see here the middle part of the flower, and this middle part is a female part of the flower, and they are also known as gynoecium. Okay, now if I zoom this part, you are able to see now. Okay, so this green leafy structure is a sepal. Then the colorful structure, the big leaf, modified leaves are the petals. This stalk-like substance having a bulge part at the end is known as stamen, and the middle part is known as carpel, or we can call it as pistil. Then coming to our next slide, we'll come to know which type of flower is known as a complete flower or an incomplete flower. Complete flower, that complete flower which is also known as perfect flower, which contains all the four whorls. So now you understood what are the four whorls: petals, sepals means calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. These are the four whorls of the flower. So in a flower, if these four whorls are present, then they are known as complete flower. Incomplete flower, or we can call it as imperfect flower, if any one of the whorl is absent or is missing or is lacking, then we can call that flower as incomplete flower. Now let us know what are the essential parts of the flower. Essential parts of the flower are the reproductive parts of the flower, means the male part and the female parts of the flower are known as essential parts of the flower. Non-essential parts of the flower which are the non-reproductive parts, like your calyx and corolla. These are the non-reproductive part of the flower, and also they are non-essential part of the flower. Now let us come to the next three new terms for you, that is PERIANTH, BRACTS, and NECTARIES. Now what does PERIANTH mean? PERIANTH means is a collective term for petal and sepals. Got it? PERIANTH is a collective name for petals plus sepals. Okay, so this is the meaning of PERIANTH. So in this PERIANTH, what we will see that there are two types of arrangement in case of PERIANTH. Okay, one in which a flower, the sepals, suppose this is a if you can see, this part of the flower is well known to you. This type of flower is well known to you, that is a gulmohar flower. This flower, if you can see, these are the sepals. The sepals are colored, they are non-green in color. Means what? The sepals have taken the color of the petals. Okay, the sepals are non-green in color and they have taken the color of the petals. So such type of flower is known as petaloid flower, a flower that are non-green, the sepals which are non-green in color and they have taken the color of the petals. So such type of flower are known as petaloid flower. Okay, now the next case, if you can see that these are the petals and the petals have taken the color of the sepals, means they are green in color. Okay, so this type of flower is known as a sepaloid flower. Got the difference between two flower? This is a petaloid flower and this is a sepaloid flower. Okay, petaloid flower, the sepals that takes the color of the petals, and sepaloid flower, the sepals that takes the petals that take the color of the sepals. Okay, so these are the two types of PERIANTH arrangement. Now we'll see what does BRACTS mean. BRACTS mean these are nothing but the flower, the base of the flower. Beneath the flower there is a leaf-like structure that protects the flower. Okay, so these leaf-like structure are known as bracts. Okay, if you can see, this flower is also well known to you. So this is bougainvillea, and this flower that consists of a flower at the center which is surrounded by some leaf-like structure, and these leaf-like structure protects the flower. So this is known as, this type of leaf arrangement is known as bracts. Then coming to the next part, that is nectaries. Now nectaries has been derived from the word nectar. So the nectar producing cells are known as nectaries. Where these nectaries are present, so you can see the stamen present. So just below the stamen, these cells are present that produce nectar. So this type of cells that produce nectars are known as nectaries. I think all of you know the nectars are consumed by the insects, and this movement of insects from one flower to another flower, that results in pollination. Okay, so these three terms which I showed you now, these are the new terms for you, so keep in mind: perianth, bracts, and nectaries. Okay, so in our next video we'll continue this chapter, and we'll be coming to know about the description of the parts of the flower, the four whorls of the flower. Okay.